Everyone knows Bill Mock. It's like Mr. Bill.
Well, I met Bill Mock back in 1994 when we were looking for some help to get ready for the 95 round of base closing.
One thing I believe Bill deserves a great deal of credit for is the work he did with regard to base closures, or BRAC.
Bill and I were going to go hurl ourselves at the White House to consider whether or not there was a basis to either overturn it to the Congress or, in fact, get some commitments that would allow us the time to be successful in the transition. Couldn't have done it without Bill.
Bill always came off as such an expert in military affairs, and his knowledge in particular, and his intel, which has been invaluable for us to understand what is really happening behind the scenes.
24th Air Force was already destined to go somewhere else. Bill coined the phrase Cyber City USA.
There was a conference in Shreveport, Louisiana. Well, Bill and I just on a flyer took a road trip there, and we had a booth which said San Antonio, Cyber City, USA. And Bill called me about 7:30 that evening saying, "Hey, did you realize we were on Fox News tonight?" Like, no. They were like, "Yeah, San Antonio's here to steal the cyber command." And we did it. So Bill Mock deserves credit for that.
We now have literally thousands of high-paying jobs in this community that, in my judgment, would not have been here.
He was willing to kind of think outside the box because we knew that we could make SA to DC more than just a military trip. So we began to take on other issues, and it has grown immensely since then.
Well, SA to DC is a perfect example of Bill as a team leader. He was the guy that took staff up there, made sure that everything was set up, the congressional meetings were on track, the Pentagon Day was on track, made sure the hotel facilities were going to be fine. The other thing, of course, he did that we all enjoyed is he always made sure that we had a happy hour suite.
About 2 o'clock in the morning, someone pulled a fire alarm, and everybody in our hotel had to leave. And so we are all walking out, getting out, and of course we're all looking like we've been asleep for a couple hours, and Bill comes out with his hair combed, looking as cool as can be, in a robe, and he just looked like James Bond.
In the sports perspective, he was a utility outfielder. He did everything.
Military, membership, small business, administrative work, executive vice president.
Bill never takes credit, but Bill, almost in everything that the chamber does, Bill's got his hand in making it happen.
Bill Mock does things that most people think just happen.
When I started working for Bill, that was in the membership department as his assistant, and there was 9 women in that department at that time. So he pretty much had to be the voice of reason.
I mean, he has a great, calm manner. He is as unflappable as anyone I have ever seen.
Sometimes he would say, "Don't get wrapped around the axle, Joan. Just work through it. We can get through this. Don't get wrapped around the axle."
One of the things that a lot of people don't know about Bill, even though everyone knows Bill, is how many people he knows and how many people know him.
We get off the plane, and we're not off the plane 30 minutes. The Sky Caps approached us and say, "Hey, may we help you with your bags?" We're like, "No, we got it." And one stops and says, "Hey, it's Mr. Bill." And he screams, "Hey, it's Mr. Bill." And then he pulls out Bill Mock's business card and says, "I keep Mr. Bill close. That's Mr. Bill." That's the kind of impression Bill Mock makes on people.
Anybody who has Bill Mock on their team knows that they can't ask for a better guy.
Well, when you have Bill on your team, things get done.
Bill Mock has many fine qualities and some not so fine qualities.
One of Bill's most admirable qualities is his ability to bring a group of people together.
Bill has a magical way of making friends. And he's got a joke for everything, and I'm thinking I can never remember jokes, but this guy, he's like, "Yeah, that reminds me of a joke. That reminds me of a time when, hi, I'm Bill Mock, the chamber." He's funny. He's like, yeah. And that laugh, he'll get when he's really tickled with himself.
What most people probably don't know about Bill are the things that I hope no one ever knows about Bill.
We had to take a chamber trip to California.
Bill, I promise not to talk about the restaurant in California. I think the charges were in fact dropped.
Yeah, we've had some fun excursions, I will say. Most of this we can't, it's probably not appropriate to share.
Bill, I can't tell you how much I appreciate all the good work, not only to the chamber, but to me personally. You have been a source of inspiration, a source of comfort, and your advice has been invaluable to me.
Bill, I would say congratulations on your retirement, but you've done as lousy a job of retiring as anyone I have ever known.
I know that retirement does not mean not working. You're going to be doing something, and I look forward to finding out what that something is, because I know whatever it is, you're going to do it really well.
It has been and continues to be a pleasure knowing you and working with you and being your friend.
Without you, I could not have been successful. Thank you, and I wish you all the best in your next career.
Congratulations, Bill Mock, on another great career. One chapter closes, but another one begins, and now you too can volunteer for the chamber.
You know, I just hope you have fun, and I know that's going to involve two major things. Number one is casinos and grandchildren.
We couldn't have done it without you, and we will always be, and me in particular, eternally grateful for everything you did for us, but mostly everything you did for this organization and for this community.
All I can say is, Bill, I love you and thank you.
Good luck, Colonel.